Summertime, we often find ourselves spending more than usual, not necessarily pinching those pennies. So here to talk about summer finances is financial expert Ava Khochanov. Ava, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're so very welcome. It's so great to be back.
Well, it's so great to have you here because summer is such a dangerous time for spending money. Why is that?
It really is. And spending in the summer is the elephant in the room because summer tends to be where we're overspending. For many reasons, because we're doing vacations, we're traveling, kids' vacations, their activities, spontaneous ice cream trips, the list can go on and on. So this type of overspending that we do, it's not part of our regular budget. And so we tend to swipe and deal with the debt later, and that causes debt hangover.
Right. And so what can people do to avoid overspending without sacrificing the fun?
Absolutely. You can still have lots of fun. There's 3 tips that I would tell people. The first is, why not build a summer bucket list? So pick 3 top priorities for the summer. Maybe it's that cottage trip away, a staycation, and plan for those and budget for those. You don't need to do everything, but do what matters most to you. So that's one idea. Another one is when you are traveling, you could do a daily limit cap. And what I mean by that is, so when you're traveling, maybe it's $100 a day that you use for food, fun, and travel. A lot of people turn to cash or prepaid cards to stay accountable for that. And the last one is that you can be spontaneous in the summer without breaking the bank. And so what a lot of people do is they can reverse engineer their spending. And so know what your budget is and then plan everything around that. Like, for example, in Nova Scotia, there's lots of low-cost or free fun things to do, like hunting for waterfalls.
Okay, see, those are great tips. As a certified financial planner, what is it that you tell families looking to plan ahead for next year?
Really great question. A lot of my families, to help their kids understand about saving, they build these visual aids like a jar for money. I know that sounds old-fashioned. Or on their fridge, they put a barometer up. So as they save, you can see the building going up, and it gets everybody in the house involved. But by saving even $20 a week can be $1,000 towards that trip for the summer, next summer.
That's just genius. And then, like you said, it gets everybody involved.
Exactly.
I guess, what are some of the traps people tend to fall into?
Yeah, there's 2 real big ones. And the first is, buy it now, pay it later. And we tend to do that with a lot of our vacationing. And so the real big thing is to be mindful of that, because typically in the summer when we do that, we're still paying for these expenses in the fall when back to school starts. And then we get that bigger stress point for most families. And another is, we budget a lot of the times for things like Christmas, but I always tell my clients to budget for summer fun as well. And so by doing that, you know what expenses are, and you can stay on top of that as opposed to getting yourself into that credit card debt.
Right. Do not credit and forget it.
Do not credit and forget it.
Such great tips. For those who don't necessarily have that financial stress, any advice for them?
Oh my gosh, you can enjoy the summer for sure. Yeah. I think even though you don't have maybe the restrictions, I think it's still great to teach your kids about making everything on a budget. And being able to stick within it feels really powerful. And so it's a great teaching tool for your family.
Amazing. Well, such great advice. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
You will be back for back to school budgeting.
Absolutely, we will.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us.